Hello there.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights. We're here for a singles match. We got Antonio going up against Brannon. I'm looking forward to this one, Nick. I know I say that a lot, but I'm a big Brannon fan and I'm a big Antonio fan. I think they are both very good, underrated players, which is weird for Antonio because he's been on like challenge or title challenging teams, and he's had a very good singles career. And Brannon, I think, had a fantastic season last year, played some really good games even in his losses. I was very impressed by Brannon last season. Nick, you are here to join me on it. Your thoughts on these players?
Yeah, I agree. I think Antonio's proven himself a good player. I think he may have a bad season here and there, but at the end of the day, I think everyone knows Antonio's not someone you want to mess with. Brannon, like you said, is on the up. Had a very good season last year. Maybe even a better one than Antonio. Maybe Antonio's looking to have the same type of season Brannon had last year. In order to do that, he's got to go through Brannon right now. I find that very interesting. Tim, maybe whoever did this schedule.
Oh, man. Chef's kiss. So that is enough from us. Let's go talk to the players right now and hear what they have to say in the promos.
Hey guys, what's going on? Brandon Dunlap here in my premier solo match for Fandom this year. I'm super excited to play. I'm super excited to play Antonio. I played against him. I played on the same team as him. So this should be a pretty fun, pretty evenly match. And we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Let's go.
How's it going, guys? 2024, it's a new year, fresh slate. I think I've been very lax in the past, so I'm trying to take this season a little bit more seriously. Brandon's a great dude, good competitor. Excited to play him. Curious to see how this goes, and I'm just hoping it's a good start to the year, to the season. Just hoping to come away with the win. So let's get started.
Nick, I would also be remiss if I did not say that both of these players on teams with terrible names to both of their teams. Thoughts on that?
Space Wizards is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's get it down to roll.
It's going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions that are on with Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll set pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 1?
No, sir.
All right. Your first question will come in the category of horror icons. What profession does Laurie Strode have in Halloween H2O 20 years later? We will take a general answer.
General answer. I just edited Nazario versus Jeremy, which aired earlier this season. I believe it was the first regular season match. I just still can't get over the arc situation. I was laughing the whole time. If you've seen it, you know, but man,
it's good. It's
what
good.
5.
Good sitch.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brannon.
I put principal / headmistress, but she was also a teacher.
Let's go to Antonio.
Yeah, I went teacher.
I think we can accept all of those answers. 2 to 2. Geez, 1 to 1. Yeah, 2 points right away. My God.
Yeah.
Your next question is in the category of Disney animation. Who voices the adult Simba in The Lion King? The only one.
Numbers are hard.
5.
You're killing.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Antonio.
Matthew Broderick.
And Brannon.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick is correct. Now it's 2-2. Nick.
Yeah.
Your third question comes in the category of DreamWorks. Your question is, in Shrek, which character is sent into the forest to find a blue flower with red thorns?
Did you write this?
No,
Oh, I really like this question.
that's good. I did an oops because I didn't put the name of the person.
But
So I kind of forget.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brannon.
Be a lot easier if he wasn't colorblind. Donkey.
That's why I like the question.
Donkey.
Donkey is correct. 3-3. Your next question is in the category of American Spies. Which American Spies movie features characters who are required to take blue and green medication? Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns.
I almost said that after reading.
Nick, you seem tired.
Had a shitty weekend, Tim.
Work?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
happens.
Yeah.
We also watched a certain saga
2,
that
1.
takes a lot of ideas.
Takes a lot of energy, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Let's go to Antonio.
Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
And Brannon.
I put Mission Impossible 2.
Both incorrect. We're looking for The Bourne Legacy.
Okay.
Bourne Legacy.
All
All
right.
right, so no perfect rounds. Nick, what's next?
Your next question comes from the category of James Bond. Who uses a defibrillator to restart Bond's heart after he is poisoned in Casino Royale?
Ellie's having a bad weekend.
Did you need to defibrillate?
No, but we did have to give her some Tylenol. She's got those teeth coming in.
What color was it?
The Tylenol? I don't know, like pink.
Blue or green?
No. 2,
Red
1.
thorns?
Pens down. Yeah, that was the closest. Brandon.
I'm gonna be so mad if I get this wrong by one letter, but it's like Vespa, the Eva Green's character.
And Antonio.
Vesper Lind.
I would take both, Nick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
I couldn't remember if it was Vespa or Vespar. Like I'm pretty sure there's an R in there.
Yeah. Phonetically, I would accept it. And so your next question is going to come in the category of YA. Who kills Newt in The Maze Runner: The Death Cure? Spoiler alert for The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. I was watching a match, or I hosted a match. I don't remember. But someone was talking about this movie, and they just went, that one fucking movie, The Death Cure. And now every time I think of this movie, that's just what I hear. Is
That one fucking movie.
That one fucking movie, The Death Cure. 5,
Good movie.
3. I like it, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Antonio.
Saw these movies once and I forgot them all. Teresa. I don't know. I know
And
she's
Brannon.
I don't know. I thought it was Thomas.
It is Thomas.
Oh, cool.
So Brannon takes the 1-point lead. What is next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of creature features. Who composed the score for Jaws?
Which creature features film features
Featured creatures.
with a score?
You guys just love saying creature feature, don't
Or
you?
teachers.
Headmistress. 4,
Headmistress.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brannon
John Williams.
and Antonio.
John Williams.
Johnny Dubs. Yes, that's correct. 6-5. Your next question is going to come in the category of Marvel. In which Marvel film will you hear the quote, "Oh yes, a bolt of lightning into a huge copper conductor. I thought you lived at a school"?
I also prefer the word film.
I do too. Did you change it? Is that what you were
I
doing?
did, yeah.
You looked like you were typing, but I
I changed it from movie to film.
I'm used to speaking your words.
Antonio?
Repeat.
Repeat.
Okay. Yep. That's gonna be the first repeat for Antonio. In which Marvel film will you hear the quote, "Oh yes, a bolt of lightning into a huge copper conductor. I thought you lived at a school." So
I do.
I've gotten lazier as we've gone on and on doing this. Like, find shortcuts to make life easy when we film a lot of matches. So I've stopped writing people's names on my board, and I just do tallies based on where they're sitting. But now it's hard for me to mark repeats.
That saves no time.
5. No, it doesn't. 4, 3.
Does not make life easy in any way.
Hands down. Let's go to Antonio.
The first X-Men.
And Brandon.
X-Men.
X-Men is correct. Good movie.
Yes,
7
it
to
is.
6. Nick, what's next?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of criminal underworld. Who does Dante make a threatening phone call to in the mid-credits scene of Fast X? Just watch this one.
X your seatbelts.
Just watch this one like 10 minutes ago.
They really
I haven't seen it since the theater.
I would have gotten this question correct.
fast 10 your seatbelts.
Oh, was that a marketing thing?
No,
It-
I've
it had
heard
to have
that
been.
joke, and it should have been used.
That's dumb.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brannon
Hobbs.
and Antonio.
Just saw last night, Luke Hobbs.
Luke Hobbs is correct. 8 to 7. A barn burner, Nick. As we get into the
Sorry, my phone went off. We're good.
final question of the round is in the category of sci-fi icons. What type of object do Ray and Winston use to demonstrate the slime's ability to make objects move in Ghostbusters 2? I'm assuming that means move.
Yes,
I hope.
does now.
This movie's bad.
Why?
I'm just not a big fan.
Doesn't make
I'm not a
bad.
huge fan of this franchise in general, honestly. Like, I liked the first one, and I liked the new one enough.
Yeah, I would agree.
But that's about where I land. But
Can you use a repeat, Tim?
that is
Please.
going to be your first repeat. That's going to be hard for me to mark. Your question
Sorry.
is, what type of object do Ray and Winston use to demonstrate the slime's ability to make objects move in Ghostbusters 2?
I would agree. I would say as of right now, it's franchise because maybe like a 55% success.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I thought the trailer for the new one looked interesting.
Yeah, weird choice though.
Yeah, I love that it's coming out in March.
I know it's weird.
And it takes place in the summer, and it's got winter vibes, but March. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to go to Antonio
Toaster?
and Brannon.
I thought it had something to do with music, so I put stereo.
Toaster is correct. So
Well played,
Antonio
sir.
ties it up 8 to 8. No, definitely.
That's what I have, Tim.
Let's get into round number 2. How is that going to work?
Great. Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to check down to multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1 and be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are the Wizarding World, Pixar, Horror Icons, Creature Features, Star Wars, YA, Law and Order, and DreamWorks. Take it away, Tim.
All right. So, Antonio, you are higher ranked. Would you like to go first or defer?
I will defer.
Okay. This is going to be the spin for Brannon, brought to you by Adobe.
Yes.
And it lands on Dun Dun Law and Order.
I'll spin again, please.
All right, spinning again. This spin also brought to you by Adobe.
Your creativity takes you.
Creature Features. All right.
Okay.
Nick, will
Let's
you
see.
please go ahead and give Brannon his questions in the category of Creature Features?
Gladly, Brannon, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Creature Features?
We shall see.
Great. Your first question. Which Planet of the Apes film features the main villain getting caught in a sealed room and hiding under the table to avoid the blast from a gun they shot?
I'm going to say Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That is incorrect. Antonio, chance for the 2-point steal.
Planet of the Apes 2001.
That is correct for the 2-point steal.
Hey, well played. Forgot about that one, to be honest.
All right, Brandon, your second question. Who plays Madison's nerdy friend Josh in Godzilla vs. Kong?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Finn Wolfhard, B, Jack Dylan Grazer, C, Julian Dennison, or D, Jacob Babylon?
D as in dog. Jacob Babylon.
That is incorrect. Antonio, chance for a 1-point steal. Your options again are A, Finn Wolfhard, B, Jack Dylan Grazer, C, Julian Dennison, or D, Jacob Babylon.
I believe it's Fire Chris himself. C.
That is correct for the 1-point steal. All right, Brandon, your third question. Michael Brody and his family come to Amity Island for what kind of event in Jaws the Revenge?
Is it Memorial Day?
That is incorrect. Antonio,
Okay.
chance for a 2-point steal.
Never see this movie. I'm gonna guess Centennial.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for a funeral.
Oh, okay.
Can't quite remember whose funeral, but I'm sure it was someone's. Brandon, your penultimate question in Creature Features. In Rise of the Planet of the Apes, after Caesar speaks his first word, he knocks Landon unconscious. What does he do with Landon's unconscious body before he wakes up?
Doesn't he? I was gonna say electrocute him.
That is incorrect. Antonio, chance
Okay.
for the 2-point steal.
Does he put him in a cage?
That is correct for a 2-point steal.
Nice.
All right, and Brandon, your final question.
Okay.
April is first attacked by the Foot Clan in what type of location in 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
The subway.
That is correct for 2 points in the end of Brandon's round 2.
Yay! I got one.
All right. So Brandon gets his total up to 10, but with the
Ah.
steals, Antonio is at 13. Is that what you have?
Brutal.
That's what I have, Tim.
All right. So we'll bring back the wheel. This is going to be the spin for Antonio. Brought to you by some cruise ship that I can't read the name of.
Royal Caribbean.
Lands on Law and Order.
I will keep that.
All right. I'll be giving you your questions in Law and Order, Antonio. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Which Law and Order film features a main drug-dealing villain named Kane?
RoboCop 2.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Rene Russo appears in how many Law and Order films? Five, 4, 3, 2.
2?
That is correct for 2 points.
Oh, nice.
Third question. In Bad Boys, Captain Howard first fills Mike in on the plan for Marcus to be him while Captain Howard is playing what sport?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, basketball, B, baseball, C, volleyball, or D, bowling.
Bowling?
That is incorrect. Brannon, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, basketball, B, baseball, C, volleyball, or D, bowling?
I was making them all in until you guys showed up. Basketball.
Basketball is correct. All right, Antonio, your next question. In Die Hard, What specific type of vehicle does the character Argyle drive?
A limousine.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in the category of Law and Order. In Beverly Hills Cop 2, Axel takes up residence at a mansion that he lies and says belongs to which member of his family?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, father, B, brother, C, grandmother, or D, uncle.
Uncle?
That is correct for 1 point.
Good round, Antonio.
Right, Nick. Antonio gets his total up to 20, but with the steal, Brannon avoids knockout territory, making it 11 to 20. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, both players still have 2 repeats remaining. Both challenges are intact. Nick, how's round number 3 going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
No, sir.
Go, Tim.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is YA. All right, let's get bets starting with Antonio.
0.
Whew, excuse me, I just had a yawn in there. Brannon.
I put 2, actually.
All right, here's the sitch. Brannon hits this. We're moving on. He misses. Antonio wins. The question in the category of YA. In Twilight New Moon, Bella's classmates go on a date with her to where that Jacob joins. I'm also exhausted. I feel like you're exhausted for a wildly different reason than I am. Yours, you had to put in like physical labor and like deal with stupid people. And I had to watch Maggie take care of my child. So your thoughts?
I was going to say, I feel like we did something similar where we both dealt with underage children who can't wipe their own ass, but
5, 4, 3. But that would have been rude too. 1 pens down. Let's go to Antonio.
Movie theater.
And Brannon.
Yep, they go to a movie.
Go to the movies. That is correct. Best date around. So Brannon stays alive. It is 20-13. Weirdly close to a 23-19, but not really. So the next category. What is it, Nick?
James Bond.
Let's get bets, starting with Brannon.
2 again. I gotta go for it.
Thank you for knowing the rules. And Antonio.
Too many old movies. 0.
All right, same situation. Brannon hits, we move on. Brannon misses. It's over. So the question.
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait, no. Okay. So wouldn't it still be tied if I miss?
If you miss, the game is over.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yes. All right, your question in James Bond. What is the Bond girl, Dr. Goodhead's first name in Moonraker?
So when you buy a house, right, you have to do a lot of stuff. You got to do you got to mow the lawn. You got to take care of the house. The one thing that I've never raked. Don't do it. The leaves fall. I let the snow cover them. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Very bad for your lawn, Tim.
5. Just mow them up. 4. Mulch it.
Grass is going to die.
1. Pens down. We're going to go to Antonio.
Robin?
No. And Brannon.
This has been an amazing game, buddy. I put Eliza.
And your winner, Antonio Chavez. The answer was Holly. Holly Goodhead. A terrible name. Nick, your thoughts on the match?
Weird one, Tim, because Brannon seemed like he had it not in the bag, but he definitely had the upper hand coming out of round 1. It might have been tied, but Brannon was leading for a lot of that time.
Yeah.
And Antonio had to come back, and to be tied at 8 in round 1 for people with 2 people with negative records kind of shows you that they maybe shouldn't have those negative records. But yeah, round 2 was a different story. Brannon got something he clearly didn't want. Antonio was able to capitalize on a couple 2-point steals, which really put him far ahead to where I thought we were going to see a knockout. And Brannon managed to save that, but then allowed Antonio to play it safe in round 3. and basically run out the clock. So weird match for sure. You don't see a lot like it, but I think both players played great.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go talk to the players right now in the post-match interviews.
Brannon, as I said, great performance in round one. Round one really is the testament as to like the skill level of a player. Like,
Right.
people can have a bad round two because they spin a category they don't like, but round one is really like, how is your game overall? And I think you just showed us that your game overall is pretty damn good. Bad luck in round two. I don't know if you felt like you needed to take some swings or if you really thought you knew those that Antonio was just able to grab 2-point steals on. But at the end of the day, you swung big and sometimes you miss. So Antonio took home the win, but I think you should still be proud of your performance today. How are you feeling?
I'm actually very proud of my round one performance. I think that's the highest I've ever scored in a Fandom first round, to be honest. And it was all about strategy, Nick. You know, when he spun Law and Order, I knew that was one of his strengths, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to risk him getting one of those, and then the spun creature features, which I know less about than Law and Order. So it's just kind of how it went.
Right.
Ironically, I knew all the Law and Order answers that he had, so that's just how that goes. And then when it came down to round three, I had to bet big. That was the only way I was going to make up ground. And James Bond, I'm okay with, but you know what, man? Antonio played an awesome game, and I'm still just happy to play, man.
Absolutely, we're happy to have you, Brannon. Should you come back this year, which of course we'd love to have you. Who do you want to play?
Oh gosh, I don't even know who has a similar record to me. I guess that doesn't even matter, does it?
Records doesn't matter. Dream match, go.
Dream match. I want to play Jack Pinstruck again, man. I played him like it was either last year or the year before that, and he wiped the floor of me. But I took him to the last question to stay alive, and I take it back. No, it didn't. He got first round, second round, and third round. I was barely hanging on, but that was an awesome match.
Yeah.
I love playing Jack.
Absolutely. Well, I can confirm that if that does happen, Tim will be in your corner. But
thank you, Tim.
Brandon, great job today. Great performance. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Antonio Chavez back in the winner's circle in what feels like too long. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but it feels like too long. Antonio, I don't know if you know this, but you're in the top 10 pretty consistently players, highest accuracy players. You have one of the highest accuracies, and yet you sometimes find yourself with a middle-of-the-road record, falling to a negative record, falling back to middle of the road, back to positive, back to middle. You're hovering around that 500 mark. But I think you showed with Obel and teams last year that you have the ability to contend for championships, and you showed in this match especially that you hit some pretty high numbers. Is this a comeback season for Antonio? Is this maybe the first season that you try and challenge for the big prize? The way you played today, I think you could do it.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of tired of always being in that middle of the road, and I always appreciate the respect I'm given, but I kind of always want a little bit of fear there. And I know obviously a lot of other people in the league who deserve to be feared and, feared and respected. But I'm looking to put my name in there too. I don't want to be like, right now I feel like I'm like the 2000s Yankees where like, oh, it's a good record. But they just never got their World Series except in 2009. So that's why I'm hoping to get to that 2009 level where everything comes together, all the, new additions to a repertoire. And then at the end, it all comes through. So I love these new categories. I'm hoping it all pays off in the end, all the studying, all the hard work. So, yeah, I'm glad to start off on a good note, and I just want to keep it going.
Absolutely. No, I love the idea that this is Antonio's 2009. But you are going to be moving on. You're going to be playing in another match very soon, given that you won today. That's usually how it works. I've got two opponents for you. They're going to play each other. You're going to get the winner. Your options are Dylan Van Thine or Xavius Smith. Preferences on either?
Both are cool guys. I guess Dylan's just like a chill guy to always play against. It's always fun, nothing too crazy. So like it's always fun to play Dylan.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Sweet team. Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, if you play like you did today, you're going to be hard to beat. So Antonio, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next time for sure.
Nick, great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it, Brannon, and I agree with most of what you said, especially the part where I would be in Brannon's corner if that happens because Jack sucks. But not to dwell too much on that. I thought they both played great. New category, it strikes. Brannon knows what he's got to work on for next time, and I'm looking forward to it. But I think Antonio could go on a run here. I love it. Let's hopefully see another great match from both of them soon. But Nick, that's going to do it for us. That's going to do it for the players. Thank you. Thank you to Nick for writing. Thank you to everybody who's helping out. I've been Tim. We'll see you guys next time with another great match. Until then, bye.